Hey everyone, it's Sharon with Perfectly Posh, and tonight I just wanted to tell you about my posh journey and how it got started and how far it's come. So, I want to first start off by saying that I have always been a skeptic of direct sales. I've always been around direct sales. My mom was a direct sales consultant, and she did pretty good at her businesses that she ran with direct sales. And she always tried to convince me to do direct sales businesses, and I just was skeptical on it. Like I said, I just really didn't think that I could do it because I'm a very shy person. I'm an introvert. I don't really like to go out much. I have a really hard time connecting and talking with people that I really don't know until now, obviously. But anyways, like I said, I'd always been a skeptic of it. I never saw myself doing direct sales ever, like in a million years. And so, a few months ago, I was kind of looking for a job because I just really wanted something just to kind of get out, meet people, do something for myself, also do something for my kids because they needed to be around other kids their age. They needed to be like in a more learning environment, things like that. And I was really looking into getting a job. So I started putting in applications. I got a few interviews, and at the interviews, the Department of Resources and Human Resources, they always asked me in every single interview what I expected of them and what I expected out of the job, and I told them. I when my son was about a year old in 2013, a couple years ago, I had a job, and it was awesome. I loved the job, but I was pretty much working for free when it came to childcare and putting in the money for childcare and just everything that goes into it. I was pretty much working for free, and I told them, what I expected, that I expected not to work for free, including like gas and childcare and everything, and pretty much that didn't work out. So I was kind of disappointed, and I was just looking for a way to bring in a little bit of extra income and to also get that break that I was talking about. So I got invited to this party. I will say it was a direct sales company, and the girls who were running it, they were awesome. I mean, they knew all their stuff. They seemed very successful, and at the end of the party, they had this little area where if you were interested in purchasing something or joining, you could go talk to them. So I went over there. I started talking to them. I told them that I may be interested. You really piqued my interest about direct sales, which was really something because, like I said, I was a skeptic. And I went home. I told my husband about it, and he told me, you have my full support. I had an appointment the next morning to talk to the girl who was running the party and her upline. And so they called me, they started talking about it, and I mean, as convincing as it sounded, I was still on the fence. I was just like, I just have a bad feeling about this. I don't feel comfortable with it, and I just really didn't know what to do. So now that I knew that I had my husband's full support on direct sales businesses, I was like, you know what could it hurt? Because obviously I have been looking for a job, and maybe I should give it a shot. So I started looking into businesses and companies, and in December of last year, I placed my first ever Perfectly Posh order. So I had heard about Perfectly Posh when they first became a thing. Basically when they first started out, right after they, became a company in 2011, I heard of them. And unfortunately, I didn't join then because, like I said, I was a skeptic. And So I really started doing my research on this company. I started doing my research on the founders, on the products, on the company itself. Pretty much anything there was to learn about Posh, I learned it. So I was doing my research one night and I came across on YouTube of a video of my sponsor, who is now my sponsor, by the way. And I was like, this girl knows her stuff. She knows everything about Posh. She's very energetic. She seems very successful. And if I was going to do this, I was going to be under someone who knew what they were doing, who knew all about the company, all about the business, and they were successful. And this person was the person who knew all about it. So I sent her a message about joining, and she answered all of my questions. She was very patient with me, and I told her, you know, as soon as I get the funds, you know, I'm almost positive I'm joining. Like, I was very interested, very piqued. I had already tried out the products, and I love them. So she added me to her team page about a week or so before I actually joined. And I was extremely excited, and she had a training playlist on YouTube, and I watched those videos religiously. I literally have a notebook, and I took down notes about everything she said about the company, how to run the business, and I mean, like, literally word for word. I would pause the video and write down exactly what she said because I wanted to hit the ground running with my business. So I did that, and on June 14th, I had the funds and I took the plunge and I jumped right into Perfectly Posh. I remember messaging her that night. It was like 11 o'clock at night when I joined, and I'm like, I'm one of you now, so how do I do this? And she answered every single one of my questions. So the day after I joined was a Tuesday, and Perfectly Posh does these things called Tuesday trainings, where it's a training call with one of our premiers, and they pretty much give us advice and tips and ways to work our business. And what you do is, on the Posh Talk page, you write down what you took away from that training, and they'll just pick a random 5 winners, and you win an exclusive product. So I immediately jumped straight into that the next day, and sure enough, I was one of the winners. Literally the day after joining, not even 24 hours after joining, I was a winner of Tuesday training, which was awesome for me because that really motivated me. I'm like, okay, yeah, this company is pretty awesome. So that happened on a Wednesday. The next day, I was filming. I had my phone out at my husband's computer desk. I was filming about what is Posh, and literally in the middle of filming, my doorbell rang. I thought I stopped the video, but apparently I didn't. I went to the door, and there was the UPS man with my Perfectly Posh starter kit, and I was so excited. In the video, you can hear me squealing, and it was just like Christmas. I felt like a kid on Christmas, and it was amazing. And since that day, I have had my ups and downs with Perfectly Posh. Some days I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm trying to reach my goals, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then some days I am on top of the world. I love sharing Posh with people because it is such an amazing company. They have such amazing products, and I love it. And I mean, I won't say I hate it, but some days I'm in a rut and I don't know where to go, and everyone has those days. I mean, it's the inevitable. You're going to have those days, right? So, yeah, I am 2 days away. It's currently September 9th. I am 2 days away from my 90 days with Perfectly Posh, and I am pink. I am the rank of pink. I will officially be pink in tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is when I get promoted. So I am just blown away by how far I've come. Last week me and my team was $92 away from hitting Pink Plus One. How crazy is that? Pink Plus One is 3 ranks away from Premier, and that is one of the upper ranks of Perfectly Posh. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, I mean, me being a skeptic before and coming this far is just, it's crazy to me. It's so surreal. And just seeing in this time of how supportive Perfectly Posh is of its consultants and how they pamper their consultants, it's crazy to me. And my team is amazing. They are like a family to me. I feel like I've gained a family. I haven't even met most of these people. I've met one person on my team, and she's pretty much like, I mean, she's an awesome friend. And it's crazy because my team is so uplifting. They are so supportive. Every time you need advice, they are right there. They're going to answer your questions as soon as you post it. And it's incredible to be a part of something that is just so supportive and so positive and uplifting. And when you are having your darkest days, they're there to pull you right out of it and tell you, you can do this, it's going to be okay. And that is exactly what I needed. And I'm just so thankful that I chose to go on this journey with Perfectly Posh and to start my own business. I am proud to say that I am my own business owner, that I don't have to worry about childcare or about working for free. I get a paycheck every single Wednesday, and that is amazing. I get to sit in my house with my kids while I work my job. I get to go to the park with my kids while I work my job. I get to go to the beach with my kids while I work my job. I get to go to Starbucks by myself and get a pumpkin spice frappuccino or whatever I want while I work my job. It's incredible. I never believed in it, and this has turned a skeptic into a believer. Perfectly Posh is real. It's a real company. It's a real groundbreaking opportunity to go above and beyond your expectations and just run with it. If you really set your mind to it, you can do it. Trust me. If I can, anyone can. So if you are interested in this company, please talk to me. I would love to tell you more about it because I feel like this is such an amazing thing for anyone to take a part of. I really do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me ramble. I know this was kind of a long video, but I really wanted you guys to know exactly where I came from and where Posh has taken me. And these 90 days have been incredible. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.